Yes, here I am back 2 days in a row. I laid down a challenge with a client and I said, I would do a video if you do a video. So here I am. And this morning, I posted the learning is in the doing and the money is in the being. And it got a lot of good reaction and a lot of people liked it. And I think there were a few comments. But I wanted to make a video, and by the way, this goes out to a very special client. I hate to use the word client because client, I don't know, whatever. It's a standard word. I'm weird. I never like the standard words. I don't want to be like everybody else. Hello, Ginny. Um, and so sometimes I say a word and I'm like, it doesn't really express the relationship we have, whatever. A mentee, a person who I hang out with a lot, wonderful person, um, they're a little frustrated. Now, my tribe is like a much larger, Catherine just said, because some people will watch this later. Catherine just said my tribe, not my tribe, because these are people that have engaged me, that have paid me to work with them. So my tribe is all the folks that come hang out in the classes and the skills clinics and the this and that. This person is this very special person, very brilliant person. But the reason why I'm bringing up the issue, Warner, you're my brother, okay? You're not just my tribe, you're my brother. So um, I'm talking about this because I'm not talking about them or behind the back, because this is an issue that everybody has. It's been going on for years. I get asked the questions over and over and over. Folks get in the industry and they want to learn a skill, and often they want to learn how to prospect. Okay. And then they ask a question, because and the question I'm always asked is, how do I turn the conversation to business? By the way, I am not angelic. This is not my halo. There's a skylight over my desk, and I call this the bewitching hour, when the sun happens to be shining directly on me. So if I look like I'm glowing, I am. Miss Dina, I was cleaning out my jewelry drawer the other day, and I was picking out an outfit to go with the big animal print earrings you gave me. So they will be appearing very, very soon, because I have committed myself to diversifying my jewelry and stuff. And by the way, again, I have a very bad habit. I go live, but then these videos also stand the test of time because they're good content. And I'm talking to people in the chat, but you can't see the chat. So if I sound like I'm crazy, I am. But Dina just mentioned she liked my hair, which is a little frizzly. And I don't know, something else. She gave me a compliment, and hair and earrings. So thank you. But Dina sent me, as a gift, she sent me 3 sets of earrings. One smaller pair, which is very lovely. They're petite. And then 2 nice, big, sexy pairs. So I've decided that I'm going to diversify my jewelry. In fact, I took this out. This is a very deep amethyst pendant, and I have this neck chain that I have all different pendants that go on. I don't wear it enough, so I decided to pull it out today. I tend to almost always wear the locket that has the pictures of my daughters in them. You've probably seen it. So I'm I love having the kids around my neck. But you know what? The kids are grown up, so maybe it's time for mama to have some fun with her jewelry. It is. So anyway, let's get back to this. The question is always, how do I turn the conversation to business? Or because I teach a lot of people about building their own newsletter and list. I'm going to keep ducking the sun. I got to go this way for the sun. How do I invite people to my newsletter? How do I, and it always comes down to, how do I get people to do what I want them to do? That is not the thought process that we want. Okay. It's not linear. Okay. It's not linear. It's not, I say this, I see this, and this happens. Now, I know we want it to be linear. Oh, look, I still have my suitcase I have to put away, sitting in the hallway. I took it out of my bedroom and put it in the hallway to put it away. It's still sitting there. I'm like, what's purple? It's not linear. Now, we've been provided scripts by many trainers. I had the Danny Johnson script book, and I had I've had many script books. Ray Hagan has a script book. Marina has a script book. A lot of people script books, because scripts are very integral parts of your learning process. But what we want from a script is to learn a general sequence in order, for example, oh, you're interested in working from home. Great. Have you ever tried working from home before? Yes. Okay. What did you do? I did Mary Kay. Great. How did that work out for you? No. Okay. Well, I understand that probably wasn't the best match. Let me show you what I have available and see if it works for you. That's a script. Okay. It's a script. But the key is that you have to be attuned to the human you're speaking to. These are people with hopes, dreams, desires, fears. And so when we're talking to a person, we have to be attuned to them. And the way we know when it's time to turn the conversation to the activity we want them to do is to practice and become attuned to humans. It's not the same with everybody. Okay, it varies. Some people you need to talk to another minute. Some people I can get their email in 2 seconds. Some people I don't want their email. I don't want them. By the way, DianeHockman.com. If you're not on my list, you should be. Watch it for a month. Watch what I do. See who I am. See if you dig me. If you don't dig me, go on your way. But yesterday was I don't talk about money a lot. And granted, there was a launch going on, but yesterday was a $6,000 day. That's not chump change, guys. You know, I've been doing this for 22 years. I have a little bit of wisdom. I may not be your cup of tea. What does Nadia say? I may not be your cup of tea, but I might be your shot of vodka or whatever her line is. I forget what her line is, but it's so unique. Nadia Melton. You guys don't know her. She's a wonderful person. So each person is different. And although we can learn a script, my script for getting people on my newsletter is, hey, let me grab your email. I'll throw you on my newsletter. That way you'll hear about all the things that are coming up. It's that simple. It's that simple. But it's complicated when you're trying to plot and calculate. See, when I say it to someone, I've already determined that they're looking for help, because I don't say that to people on the street. I don't go to the mall and go, hey, let me get your email. Because they'd be like, what are you, crazy? Okay. Each person is different. And the only way we learn is the actual conversations. And then if you have a mentor or somebody that works with you, share some of the conversations with that person and get their feedback. Okay. Get their feedback, get them to give you what they would say next. If you're working closely with somebody, you have a coach or something like that. This particular person has me. So the learning is in the doing, right? There's no training for how to deal with humans. Like, guys, how many of you people are parents? If you're on here now, anybody a parent, had kids? I know a bunch of you are. You can read What to Expect When You're Expecting. You can read Dr. Spock. You can read every book under the sun about what to do when you have a baby. You also can watch videos about what to do. You need to swaddle them and you need to do this and here's how you burp them and all this other stuff. It is completely, and you don't know this until the kid pops out of you, it did not prepare you in any way, shape, or form for the reality of having a baby, okay? And yet, and this is what I want you guys to understand, we were completely unprepared from a book or a script or whatever on how to take care of a baby. And yet we intuitively knew how to take care of a baby. We knew how to hold it. We knew not to drop it. We knew to guard its head. We knew that. And there was probably, if you were lucky, somebody in your life, in my case, it was my mom, that I could call and go, Mom! And Mom would give me her advice because she had been down the road. She had 3 daughters herself. Okay. It's the same thing here. You can read books. You can take as much training. You can read every trainer in network marketing's book. Okay. Or in home business or in affiliate marketing, whatever you're into. You can read every book about email list building. You can practice the scripts with your teddy bear. Here, wait, don't leave. I do have a larger than life teddy bear, but I'm going to bring up Mr. Monkey. I could go, Mr. Monkey, how are you doing today? So you're interested in working from home? I could sit with Mr. Monkey. I keep bringing Mr. Monkey out. He's my buddy. Okay. I could sit and practice. I used to make my videos to a Beanie Baby. I'd put him on top of my video camera. Okay. But until I talk to a human, until I talk, Dina, clients come and work in the studio with me. We're rebuilding the studio. COVID, my studio became dismantled during COVID because I used to do workshops here. We're rebuilding the studio. Come on down. Guys, until you work with humans and until you practice, you can't learn the skill. Okay. And it's, I, I wish I could train you more. I wish I could sit and talk about it until the cows come home, but it's still not going to give you the skill. The learning's in the doing, and then the money is in the being. Okay? Because what happens is after you talk to enough people, just like after you've had your kid long enough, you know the difference between when they're crying because they're rolling over in bed, or they're crying because they're hungry, or they're crying because something hurts. You ever have a baby with an ear infection? It's the worst thing in the world because you don't know what's going on, but they're just screaming and bawling, or a baby that's teething. You know the difference with your kids. If you have multiple kids, they're down the hall and somebody starts crying, because big brother was picking on little sis. You know the difference between the cry of the kid just cracked their head and the cry of the kid that's just being picked on by their brother or whatever it is. You know the difference, right? And the reason why you know the difference is because you've been down the road with the kids, and you've heard all the cries. See, in the beginning, you think all the cries are like the cry, like, mommy, they need mommy. And then as you get tired and you have more kids, you start to realize they don't need mommy all the time. Okay, so it's the same with prospects. When I talk to a prospect or just somebody I want to get on my list, I know from experience which way to go with them. It's not a script and it's not linear. I know from experience which way to go with them. But the only way you gain the experience is you do it. And you're going to blow. The idea that we might lose a prospect or blow a sale is like the kooky thing. That you got to get rid of that. You got to let go of that idea because you have to go through a lot of people to learn. By the way, I hate to break it to you. Every surgeon kills someone. Sounds horrible, right? Makes you not want to have surgery, right? Every surgeon every nurse has to learn to take your blood. And they're going to leave a bruise on some people and they're going to hurt some people. It's any nurses here? It's part of the process of them learning to become an excellent nurse. Now, I was recently in the hospital. I had more blood drawn. I still have a huge welt because I had to have shots in my stomach, and I still have a huge welt. I had welts because some of the phlebotomists were better than others. Sometimes they just hit something. It's part of the process. We have to learn how to talk to people. And yeah, some of them are going to not dig you or you're going to blow it. But the only way to get any good is to do it. The only way to get good at drawing blood is to draw blood. The only way to get good at surgery is to do surgery. Mr. Monkey, I got to put you down now. Okay, let's put him right here for a minute. Sit right there. Be a good boy. Be good. Okay. Hopefully this makes sense. Guys, if you organize enough people in Dallas, I would love to come. We have to have somewhere to have a meeting, a cost that covers, the cost of getting there and all that other stuff. But if you create something in Dallas, I would absolutely come. I love Dallas. So the learning is in the doing, and the money is in the being. It's in the posture that you gain from the practice you get. I don't have to sit and think twice about asking somebody for their email because I believe I have value to add to their life. I don't have to contemplate or to go, are they going to be mad? Are they going to say no? I don't care if they say no. I've been working from home for 22 years and made $6,000 yesterday. What you got? What you got? Now, tomorrow, I may not. Today, I don't know what I make today. Without doing anything, I think I'm probably up to about $900 today, right? So it's not $6,000 every day. And for some people, it's $60,000 a day. They have overhead and this and that. It's all relative. But the bottom line is, until you do, nothing matters. Now I'm going to tell you guys a story and then I'm going to get out of here. Because I tend to get excited and I keep going, but it's better to do another one tomorrow, a shorter one. When I was learning from my teacher, okay, and my teacher has written book upon book upon book. They're not available anymore, don't ask, but this is just one of the books out of like 20 of them. Okay, there's a lot of content here, okay? And I'm like a delinquent. I'm way behind. I'd like to run my mouth, but I haven't documented what I know. I was like floundering around, okay? Floundering around. And this is back in the day, so it was pre-internet. He handed me 100 little booklets. Let's see. Garbage pail. Let's see. Yeah, you're hanging out in the office with me. I know I'm supposed to be fancy. I'm also talking away from the camera. I know I'm supposed to be fancy, but I want you to, do I have a booklet? Here's one. Okay. He used to create these little pamphlets, these little booklets, okay? And he printed them out, he paid for the printing, and he handed me, I don't know that it was this one. This one's the Part-Time Millionaire. He handed me the booklet. He handed me a pile of them. There were 100 of them. And he said, go sell these for $5 a piece. I don't care how you do it. I don't care what you do, but don't come back to me until you got $500 for me. I was like, well, I can't sell this. I don't know how to sell this. I don't know. He said, until you go out and you learn how to sell something, whatever it is, I don't care. Look, here's my Pooh Bear and Piglet rock. Maybe I could get 100 of these and we could sell them. Doesn't matter. You could sell crazy glasses. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be dollar courses. Some of you guys have access to different things. Until you learn how to sell something, anything, you're not going to make it in business. Yes, that's right, Jay. It's Joe. Until you learn how to sell something, you're not going to make it in business. Pick the thing you want to sell. And he said, you don't need to worry about the product or this and that. He goes, you need to go out and you need to learn what is it that you have to do to get somebody to give you $5 for this. He goes, if you want to charge them $2, that's up to you. You want to give them away for free and pay for it yourself and give me $500? Because basically he was saying, here, go sell this, give me $500. That's what he wanted for me to keep working with him. Right. And I could have just pulled $500 out of the bank account, but I took the challenge and I went out and I figured out how to sell 100 of these. Guess what? You get good when you do the work. So whether it's going out and meeting people and inviting them to your newsletter or list, going out and giving them a free training, going out and prospecting them for your business and finding out if they're open, if you're in Rank Makers, raised process, okay? Hi, Tony. All of these things, until you do them, you got to do them. And you just have to jump in the pool and you have to just flail around. And then eventually you're going to die or you're going to learn how to swim. But what I don't want you guys doing is drowning in buying more and more and more courses. And I sell courses. That's why right now my project is skills clinics. Okay. Clinics. If you're not on my list, DianeHogman.com. Hear about this, because those people that already have skills clinics coming to them, guess what? Info's coming out today and tomorrow. For those of you that don't know about it yet, get on my list so you can hear about it. Everybody needs practice. You don't need more information. You need more doing. You need to sit in a dojo with a master teacher and do. Maybe we need to do one on just talking to people. I love doing workshops on talking to people because most people struggle to talk to people. So we avoid talking to people because we're afraid of the outcome. And then we don't talk to people. We don't do any business. We don't sell anything. So I'm just saying, the learning is in the doing and the money is in the being. Who are you being? And the only way to get good at the only way you got good at being a parent was to take care of that baby. Okay. Before the baby came out, and again, if you're not a parent, I'll do apologies. But it's the same with a pet. You don't know what to get. Puppies, they're so cute. I'm gonna get a puppy, and they're eating everything in your house, and they're chewing your shoes, and they're getting into the kitchen cabinets, and they're just everywhere. There's so many funny videos out about a dog that learned how to climb up something to do whatever, or a kitten. Kitten's so cute, it's like clawing your arm off. Okay. Seemed like a good idea until you got the pet. And then the question becomes, and so many people abandon pets, and it's absolutely devastating to look at it, because the reason why was because they had an expectation of what it would be like when they got the animal. And they didn't want to go through the learning process, because a good pet is just wonderful, but you have to train the pet. A good business is just wonderful, but you have to learn the skills. And there is no magic script. There is no, because I keep, people keep asking me for training on this, and I'm like, guys, I can teach you the structure, but you have to do it. Now you can do it in a skills clinic with me, where I can load your fingers and tell you what to say next. Angel Fletcher, I love you too. I love you so very much. Angel, I just brought out Mr. Monkey, but I do bring out my bear from you. I'm not going to go grab him right now because he's so big, but my bear that you gave me, Angel, his name is Cookie. Cookie, or her name. I don't know. I think it's a boy though. He looks like a boy. Cookie, because I've got the cookie. So now I have the cookie. You guys want to see the bear? Have you seen the bear before? Let me get the bear. We need to pull the bear. Don't leave, Angel. This is Cookie. Now, Angel, what in the world you were thinking by sending this sucker to a hospital room? I don't know. They said they were going to get me a double bedroom for him. This is Cookie. See, he does look like a boy, doesn't he? This is Cookie. Cookie helps me with so many things. I have conversations with Cookie. I told people I live alone now, but I don't live alone. I live with a monkey and a bear. So Cookie, lay down. That's Cookie is this big, guys. Cookie also weighs a good 40, 30 pounds. I don't know. So this is it. You have to talk to people. And the reason why I had a protege for years, my hair's pretty weird today, and he called me Swami. And the reason why is because I always knew what somebody was going to do. Do I always know what somebody's going to do because I'm a psychic? Hardly. It's because you've talked to enough people. Angel's here. Angel, how many people you recruited now? Last time I saw you had recruited like 7,000 people in your career. She probably recruited 10,000 people. You think this girl knows what people are going to do? She has much more experience than me. So I want you to think. If you want to get good, if you want to make money, the learning is in the doing and the money is in the being. Right? You pay attention to the angel says you pay attention to the world around you and their habits. The only way you get to know that is to go through it. And it's okay if somebody isn't for you. Most people won't be. It's okay if somebody doesn't want to be on your newsletter or try your product. Right? Angel sells a $29 trial kit, or somebody's ready to go, whatever it is, $100, $150, right? Some people say no. Some people say no now and come back later. Some people call you expletives. Other people will fall in love with you and you'll change their life. And I know that's what you guys want. If you hang around me, guys, I know that you're the type of people that want to help people. I know that you are. You're good people. I tend to not attract the sharks. The sharks don't like me because I call them out. Okay? So the question becomes, are you ready to take the next step and go out and do? My guy said, go sell 100 of these or I'm done, because there's nothing else to teach you. There's nothing else to teach you until you decide to do. Now, there's things to show you in your process. What do you say next? That we can do. But that means you have to have a conversation to come back with a scenario. Write this down. When you go back to a teacher that's helping you learn, you need to ask a specific question, not a general question like, how do I get people? That's a very general question. You can get people every which way under the sun. There's people everywhere looking for you. I know you don't believe that, but I do. I know Angel does. There's people everywhere looking for you. So how do I get people is an umbrella question. How do I make money on the internet? How many ways are there? A million, right? How do I make residual income? There's a zillion ways. Specific question. I said this to the person and they said this. What would you say next time? How about that? Here's an actual situation. I said this because most of the time you're opening the conversation and you're closing the conversation without even realizing it. The way you start it causes it to end. You're obligating that awkward moment. So then you say, this is what I said, this is what they said, this is what I said, this is what they said. What would you do different next time? Very specific question. And with a very specific question, you can get a very specific answer. Now, here's the thing. You need many specific answers until you start to really understand this process. And the only way you can get those answers is to get into action. So I will close. It looks like we're going to have a meeting in Dallas because they're Dina. I've put Dina in charge. Dina's on a mission. Dina's going to collect everybody. Hey guys, if you're really lucky, Lisa Grossman lives in Dallas, one of my dearest friends, and not far from Dina. If she's in town, she's often not in Dallas right now. She's at her lake home. But if she's in town, I bet you anything I could drag her by the ear to come over. But you got to organize it and talk with me about details. So. Because there ain't ever a time that a bunch of ladies get together. Can be boys too, but there ain't ever a time that a bunch of ladies in the industry get together that Lisa doesn't want to talk to them. So now, if you go to New Orleans, that's a whole nother story. Then I can maybe twist your arm and look, Angel's like, oh, that'd be fun. So maybe she'd even fly in. But if you come to Louisiana, I might be able to twist somebody else's arm. We'll see. A lot of us are being real careful right now because of COVID. I mean, I'm a walking, talking example of what happens when you go to an event and hug people. Just be careful. But I'm hoping come springtime, things are looking better. Things are looking up. I can only pray that that's true. And the borders are open, Tony. I know I can get in, but I don't know that you can get out. So I'm dying to go on a tour of Canada. Dying. So anyway, that's the process. The learning is in the doing, and the money is in the being. And the only way you get to be with that confidence and posture is to do. It's the only way. It's the only way. Speaking of a doer, there's Linda Bamba. She's a doer. She takes direction. She writes a letter and then goes, okay, this went this way. What do you think? And I go, okay, well, I would change the subject line or I would do this. Okay. And then she tries that. Now, by the way, the teacher doesn't always have the magic answer. That's the other thing. Well, she said to do this and it didn't work. It doesn't work that way. It's different audiences, different people, different products and services require different types of conversation. Linda's in Philly and she is driving distance from me. She will come visit me, I have no doubt. She will come to the studio. We will make videos or create content. It'll be fun. So I'm going to shut up now, talking too much information at one time. But that's my message for the day. Now, tomorrow, believe it or not, I'm pre-thinking about this. My message will be, the Golden Girls are God. The Golden Girls are God. That is my message for tomorrow, and you will hear what that is all about. Is it about the Golden Girls? Is it about God? Is it about both? What is it? You have to check out my live tomorrow. If you happen to make it while I'm live, awesome. Love to hear from you. If you watch it on the replay, just let me know that you watched it on the replay. Of course, if you tag me in the comments, I will see your comments. I will respond. And of course, if you're on my email list, I like you best, which is at dianehoffman.com. Guys, if you did not receive a letter from me in the last week and you think you're on my list, it may be undeliverable or you're not subscribed because AWeber, the autoresponder service, if the letters aren't getting through, they will take you off the list. So if you are not getting my letters, if you haven't heard about the skills clinics coming up, if you haven't heard about what's going on with me, if you haven't heard my wiki wacky stories, go subscribe again, because here's what's cool. If you subscribe again and you're already subscribed, you're not going to get double unless you use different email addresses. If you use the same email address, you're not going to get double. So it can't hurt you to go to dianehoffman.com and put in your name and email, right? Can't hurt you, can only help you. So I would say that because a lot of people think they're subscribed and it hasn't occurred to them that they haven't gotten a letter in a while. So much coming up. These skills clinics are going to be the bomb. And guys, I do know a couple of really cool people that might be willing to come in and guest teach and stuff like that. So I haven't asked anybody yet, but since one of them's floating around here, you never know. Or maybe we'll just do something out in public to encourage you guys to get into the skills clinics. You don't need more training. I mean, invest in yourself. Do not misunderstand my message. I'm not saying not to make a purchase of another course or something to enhance your skills, but ask yourself the question, have I gotten the skill that I wanted to learn under my belt? And ask yourself, do I have the fundamentals? Can I have a conversation with a person and prospect them? If you can't, that's a pretty fundamental skill. Do I know the basics of running a simple newsletter or email list that I can let people know what's going on? I think in today's age, it's pretty fundamental. If you want a text list, do I know how to do that? I'm not that into texting. I like text. I'm old. I like, text is for when my kids want to get a hold of me, when I have a doctor's appointment. I don't like commercial text messages, but again, because I'm old, the kids like it. Figure out your market. Do I know how to write a simple post that's attractive? Probably a very fundamental skill. There's some skills that are very fundamental, and then there's the advanced version of all of that. And then you can get into the heavy duty fancy stuff. I'm into the fancy mind stuff, not the fancy tech stuff. I could teach you all kinds of triggers and all kinds of things and sequences and all that good stuff for those of you that are more advanced. Really, the people that want to learn that work with me personally. Because teaching that to people that don't know how to say hello to a person on the internet, it's kind of a waste of time. Those of you that are in my Deep Abyss mastermind, I do teach some of that in there. That's ask me for the link. Don't just go to the deepabyss.com, because then you won't be with me, or be with whoever brought you to that community. But that's it. So, all right. Love you. Jan, I was not involved with that stuff that Joe did later on. I don't endorse the stuff that went on later on. Things were kind of wicky-wacky then. I am not of that, so no comment there. I worked with Mr. Schroeder back in the day. I'm a student and a protege of his earlier work. And that's it. We parted ways in 2012. Angel, I love you so much. We need to plan when I can see you and your child, your 22-year-old child. I mean, it was just yesterday we were celebrating her 21st birthday, and she's 22, not 23, right? So, and I love lava flow. Make them get more. Make them get more, because it's delicious. It's delicious. And I need to know how to make pudding out of the shake mix, because I saw Derek did it and I don't know how to do it. So you will teach me. 23. No, we were going to San Francisco for 21 and she's 23. I guess we lost 2 years to COVID. And we've had you have 300 bags. Good. I got more lava flow. My girlfriend is going to hook me up. I want to come see you. So let me know. I miss Ryan. I miss you terribly, but I miss Ryan because it's probably Christmas time at his house already. and as soon as Christmas is over, it's Mardi Gras. So yeah, we'll make up for that lost time. Maybe we'll go on a little, we can either stay home and wear sweatpants and watch movies and hang out and do crafts with Hunter, or we can go on a little trip or something. I've had some of the best trips of my life. Actually, the very best trip of my life was thanks to you. Costa Rica changed my life. I watched my videos. I know, Christmas. I watched my videos. Angel took me to Costa Rica to work with some of the team down there. And I don't know what happened there, but I was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to see the sunrise. And I watched the videos. I'll find some of them for you guys. The videos of me rambling in the pool in Costa Rica might be some of my most profound videos that I've ever done. But clearly you guys can see I'm back out making videos. Thanks to Miss Marla. Thank you, Miss Marla. So maybe we'll go somewhere and have girl time or do something once the world is safe. But what I do know is that I love you. So everybody, go practice, go meet someone today. Don't worry about what you get. Worry about what you give. Because if you give of yourself, they'll see your offer later. They'll see that you have something going on. They'll notice you. They'll be connected to you. They'll be activated to you. But you gotta just start. You gotta just start. Okay. I'm gonna go sell me some booklets for $5. All right, guys. I will see you later. Everybody have a great day and take care.